This is a reading for Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, and Irina Shayk. Been really interested about them, since there's all these rumors going around. So I figured I would see what the cards are saying. So basically, what I got from the cards is that Bradley is most definitely fooling around. I don't want to say like he's necessarily like having a full-blown affair. Like in his mind, I don't feel like he feels like it's a full-blown affair. So what I have here is like, this represents him, and this sort of represents like moving quickly. So he goes like back and forth really quickly, like between his emotions and feelings like towards each of the women. This represents the two women, and this is sort of like him creating the relationships with both of them at the same time and moving between them quickly. So what I mean by that is like, he would probably have it down to an art where like he would be like, I'm just saying this as an example. Imagine like you're with your woman and then you're like, oh, I have to, catch a flight to, another city. Can you drop me off at the airport? And they're like, sure. And they drop you off at the airport and you act like you're going into the airport. They leave. And then you walk right back out of the airport and you have your second girlfriend like coming up and picking you up from the airport, thinking that you just came from somewhere, although you were right there in the same city all along. So it's sort of like that, where it's like he kind of knows exactly like how to move between the two of them without like them knowing about it. But what's interesting is that what's going to happen is he's going to have like a major twist, I guess is the way to put it, where it's going to put an end to the relationship with Lady Gaga, like immediately. So this indicates like difficult sudden change to a marital status, okay? So like, what this means is that he's going to make the difficult decision to, I think, pop the question to Irina. I think that it has to do with not losing her. That's why it's difficult for him, because like I said in the last reading about him, is that he very much needs to be in control. He's very much a manipulator. He's very much the type of person, he's like narcissist. And people like that, they don't like to like lose somebody that they have under their control. Unless they like don't really care about you. Like if they're like not 100% like all about like you or the supply you're giving them, they'll just discard you like it's no big deal. And he's done that before with other women that he's been with. Jennifer Esposito wrote about it in her book. But there's something about Irina. I think it's also because she has one of his kids that he doesn't want to lose control over. And the reason why he's going to make this sudden decision to pop the question is because she sort of is going to catch on to his like, I don't think she's going to realize necessarily that he's cheated, but she's catching on to the flirting that she's seeing, and and basically what she has is a lot of her friends and family talking in her ear, saying, dude, pay attention to these red flags, this is bad news. He's definitely like doing something with Lady Gaga. And I think she starts to sort of be like, like she's unsure. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to get some sort of ultimatum, because it's going to be like a sit down talk, and it's going to be like, dude, like, it, like, this doesn't work out for me, like, I'm not cool with this. So it's going to be like, you need to, I know it says release your ex, but this is like, in this reading, this to me is like her saying like either release her or you're going to release me. Like, basically, one of us is going to become your ex if you don't, do what you need to do. And I think like when he gets this sort of like thing from her, it's gonna make him feel like, whoa, like I'm gonna have to like put a ring on it or something. And so there's gonna be reconciliation between the two of them. So it's not like they're gonna break up, but it's like they're gonna have like sort of ultimatum talk about the situation. And basically she might even ask for marriage, but ultimately he's going to ensure that, or at least let her know that, like, no, it is safe, like, we're good, like, I'm with you, I love you. She's gonna forgive him, and they're gonna stay together. And then I asked the cards, how does he feel about her? And they're gonna keep the relationship going, and they're gonna retreat from the world for a bit in order to get back into this honeymoon stage. Because what's interesting is that I think that he kind of went the Lady Gaga route, because remember in my last video I felt like they were leaving the honeymoon stage. And so he probably got a little bit bored, found somebody that liked him, and he started to, do some flirting. But ultimately, Irina's going to draw him back in and, create this honeymoon stage again. Now for Lady Gaga, it's a little bit worse, okay? Because the first thing I saw when I pulled the cards was, number one is that she ended her engagement to her ex-fiance because she wasn't feeling it. Like, I do feel like this was sort of like, I felt like she was kind of already kind of not feeling like she really loved him, and that she was sort of just agreeing to marry, I think his name is Christian, because he was sort of like available, not necessarily available, but just like, I mean, like, okay, I'm saying the word available, but like not in the way that available means in this sense, like available in like he's emotionally available. So Christian like really loved her, had feelings for her, and so she sort of went with it because I think she really loved the attention, loved having somebody be that into her, but she really wasn't feeling it back. I think she started to realize that when she met Bradley. When she met Bradley, she like, I think she really started to have actual, feelings for Bradley, and that sort of changed even more so what she was feeling for her fiance. But what's interesting is, though, when she met Bradley, she did not find him attractive immediately. She only found him attractive when she felt like she could trust him. But the danger in Bradley, remember, is he's a manipulator. So his trust is sort of a false trust. But she fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So she found him attractive after she felt like she could trust him. And really, the trust that was coming from him was obviously his trust that she could do the role of Allie in the movie. But also, I think, like, it was a lot of, like, just a lot of praise. Like she falls for guys that love bomb her, basically. She's very susceptible to it. So he essentially love bombed her, and then, you know, she fell for it. And what's interesting is that Bradley's not actually really her type. So I think she was surprised that she found him attractive. For her, even though he still won her over in similar ways that past loves have won her over, it was different in her mind because it was coming from somebody that she didn't necessarily find to be her type. So I think it surprised her that she could love somebody like that, you know? Although, it's funny because ultimately at the end of the day, what the outcome was still created by the same, you know, situation that she has always been in. Now, the reason why she's susceptible to people like this is because, number one, she has problems with self-esteem and loving herself. So she needs to work on that. And she needs to work on control issues. What I feel like is that she does try to control the situation more often than not, and it gets her into trouble because, you know, these types of guys that are manipulators and love bombers and stuff, they don't like to be controlled. They like to be in control. So with her trying to, control somebody like that, you're just going to end up with somebody who will leave you. Ultimately, what I see happening is that she's going to start to try to control Bradley. This also might have to do with why he chooses Irina over her, because even though Irina might give sort of a ultimatum, she's still very much like under his control. Lady Gaga might become like more harsh in that, like, she'll start demanding that he make more of an effort. It's like she would be demanding that he makes more of an effort because, like, hey, I dumped my fiance for you, and, like, you know, like, I thought we were, like, totally in love. And then, like, compare that to the way Irina will be, is like, it'll be like, you know, I really love you. Like, I thought you were the one. I thought we were gonna get married. You know, we have our baby together, and, like, I love you so much. And, like, I just feel like I'm losing you to, you know, this other person. Like, all my friends are telling me that you're cheating on me and that I should leave you. You know, so who, in those two scenarios, who do you think would be more susceptible to be manipulated? It would obviously be Irina, because she would be like, he all he would have to say is, no, like, I'm not cheating on you, like, I love you, I want to be with you, like, you're the one for me. And she would go, oh, okay, I love you, you know, let's get together and get married and forget about it. See? And then if you try to say to somebody like Lady Gaga, who's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I thought we were together because I dumped my fiance for you. You know? Then he would probably be like, no, actually, like, we were never together. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be harsh for Lady Gaga, but ultimately she's gonna take it fine, because like, she will just channel it into her music, and she'll actually, you know, make a lot of money and stuff from writing songs about it. But ultimately it will bruise her ego a little bit, or, you know, her not necessarily her ego, but her self-esteem. You know, her self-esteem is she puts up a very good front for the world and for people in general, but like, deep down she definitely has like issues, and I think that she really keeps it well hidden. And so losing the fiance and losing Bradley, it's gonna be like kind of a blow to her, but like, she's gonna act like nothing's wrong. And so I asked the cards, how does Bradley feel about Lady Gaga? Here's the thing. They're definitely he definitely finds her sexually attractive. He definitely like likes hooking up, I guess. But he does like to sort of give her this sort of deception of that they're soulmates. So in a sense, from meeting her, like, Irina and him, they were kind of like leaving the honeymoon period, which he was kind of not so thrilled about. You know, being like, I'm so bored, like, this sucks. Then he meets Lady Gaga. She falls for him hook, line, and sinker, all of his tricks. And he's just having fun. Like, he just loves to play the role of like, oh, I'm your soulmate, yes, like, we're together, you know, oh yeah. And then when he starts to lose his real quest, which is Irina, and then she promises to bring it back into this honeymoon stage, well, then he's got everything he needs. He doesn't need to play this role anymore. And then Lady Gaga gets discarded, unfortunately. And he might actually propose to Irina, and they might even have more children together. So that's my reading. Unfortunately, kind of sad for Lady Gaga there. Kind of sad that Bradley's like this type of person, but like I've said in previous readings, a lot of actors are like this, you know. It's just the way it is, I guess. So yeah, that's all I got. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you want a personal reading. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you guys, you know, don't get angry with me. Alright. Thank you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.